between the Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a handoff looking right. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Now Breeze throwing on second down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down after a good game. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he takes this thing down deep into Chicago territory.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Red zone opportunity. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Here's Breeze to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The starting 11 defensively for the Bears.
Pernell McPhee's a strong run-stuffing outside linebacker who's beginning to blossom as a pass rusher.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Now Breeze on third down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their big tight end. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Jeffrey with a catch left side. A gain of 6 there on first.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Four yards remaining now on second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now it's Langford. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic. So anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll look to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And with this offense, one guy to key in on defensively is Kevin White.
Had to battle injuries at the start of his career, but boy, he's ready to fulfill his promise. An absolute beast downfield.
Back to the ground, this time Langford. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. And that linebacker group today could be very key.
As we were preparing for this game, you pointed out to me as we were watching film that the linebackers look like an elite unit. I agree with you totally. They move around, fly to the football, and take it away from offenses.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he's had great protection back there to throw, really been able to survey from the pocket.
That means the jersey stays clean, so the dry cleaning bill, that's reduced. It also means the trainer doesn't have to deal with him because he's not getting hit. Also means that he's able to find targets downfield at his leisure. That allows him to be really accurate.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Shipped together here from the D-line. On play action. Now Breeze lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Under a minute to go, clock running at a back-and-forth first quarter of play. They run the counter now on first down. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Second down following the run. Another pistol look here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to... And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 12 on the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
All right, here we go.
Langford again. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Now the Bears' 6th-round pick in 2014, Pat O'Donnell on to punt. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Kill.
Play action. Breeze. Wide open receiver complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Breeze now to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us. And then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line. And they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Carlos Hyde, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got time in the pocket. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this.
Here we go now. Blue,
They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
To throw is Breeze. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. His pass caught at the 4. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Got it.
Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And Carpenter knocks it through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So the drive takes him inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
All right, here we go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report, here's Larry Ridley. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this
you're
is
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Jeremy Langford, the one he was looking to get it to. And it's third down.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be fourth and short.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Wow. That one took some guts. If this doesn't work, you're handing them incredible field position, but this head coach is undaunted, and he makes the call to go for it, and I'll be darned if they don't get the first down.
Here we go now. Over.
In motion, Anunwa. They'll look to throw here on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock the defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On 3rd and short, they'll try and nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ready.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
It's not always as trite as that team wanted it more than the other, but on that play, it actually was true. They were faster to the ball.
Ready.
On second down, here's Breeze. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Breeze to throw on second down. That is caught at the 7. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Niners. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. They'll look to throw. It's grabbed over the middle by White. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here. They go screenplay to Langford. Shreds the tackle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
But Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean, they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Kevin Pierre-Louis in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Second down sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
This will be taken at the 10. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Final minute now of the third quarter. One receiver left, two to the right.
Ready. 21. Kill. Ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. He stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. It's the fullback. His third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They come up in an offset eye. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. In his career, he has a spell of 10 straight seasons, 4,000 yards or more. Only quarterback to do that. We're seeing more of it here in this one.
We better not take it for granted, because what we're watching, it's vintage Drew Brees, but it still is excellent.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. And his kick is good. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I'm hearing my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Really nice connection on the corner route. This is a play where the receiver wants to set up the defensive back by moving him inside and then breaking back to the corner.
Back to throw here. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Second down now after the incompletion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4.
All right, now look at 56.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are in for 6. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch. And he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Backing up. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And now a 1st down following that long gain. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
A gain of 3, second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Now Breeze. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Give him 27 yards that time. And it'll be a San Francisco first down. And this will probably be the last play they can squeeze in here before the 2-minute warning.
Defense always has to be careful in this situation. A lot of teams like to take a shot.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Now a play fake here on nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing. Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third.
Easy.
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like...
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters.
And now a fumble. The ball's out.
All right, partner, it feels good to be sitting up here next to you because neither one of us is that returner. He's going to get an earful when he gets to the bench, having coughed up the football, even though they were fortunate enough to get it back.
Breeze going to throw here. He's going to let this one go deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Sean Smith. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So 2nd and 10 here.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. And I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh? After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Green 39! Green 39!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Dumps it into the flat to Langford. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now, the defense definitely showing blitz here. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for San Francisco, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the L.A. Rams come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.